Boys Aviation novels from the 1920s, 30s, and 40s. Hi, I'm Gary Lovisi, and we're going to take a look at these books now. During the war years, in World War I and World War II, there were a lot of books published that were patriotic books focused on teenage boys and some on girls also that showed the romance, the love of flying, and also the patriotic fighting for your country in the war. And so these are just a few of the books. I'm going to do a book on these books at some point, but I just thought I'd share some of these with you because the cover art is really terrific. They're great stories, they're great fun, they're patriotic, they're enjoyable, and they're enjoyable reading, even for adults. If you want to read something that's just fun and really cool, because the aviation is just a fascinating topic, and it's adventure, and there's all kinds of things going on. So here we take a look at some of the series now. Now I just put a few books down. This is Slim Tyler, Air Stories, Lost Over Greenland. He goes to Greenland to find a downed flyer. These books are from the 1930s. Ted Scott, Flying Stories, Flying to the Rescue, another pilot who goes to rescue a Zeppelin. World War II, Dave Dawson and the RAF. The author, R. Sidney Bowen, was a 17-year-old American who joined the Lafayette Escadrille in France to fight against the Germans in World War I. At 17 years old, he was a pilot, and then at 18 years old, he became an American pilot when America joined the war. And then he became, after a while, a famous pulp writer who wrote Dusty Airs and other pulp adventures. Tailspin Tommy, another great series. You'll notice the artwork on these is just terrific. The planes battling each other, the pilots. These are books for heroes and for rugged individuals, and they were just great fun. Tailspin Tommy, of course, was a famous comic book and comic character. Another Ted Scott, Castaways of the Stratosphere. Is that good? Two piles instead of one?
Yes.
Three. Another book is The Honeywell Boys in the Air by L.P. Wyman. Honeywell Boys were two boys. These books were written in 1911. It was a series. A lot of these are series. And the Honeywell Boys were wealthy young men who had a love of flying. So they decided to design and build their own airplane. And they built the Albatross. And it was a electric-powered airplane. Now, at that time, in 1910, when this book was written, they had electric cars also, and so there was electric. This was an electric airplane. Stratosphere Jim and His Flying Fortress. It's another great story about World War II. I'm going to move these over. And Steve Knight, Flying Stories, The Bridge of Bombers. That's a great series of 3 or 4 books. Steve Knight is a young fellow who is tasked with flying with him and his buddies, Flying Fortress B-19s to England for the war. And he would fly the planes there like a lot of other people did as a transport pilot. And he didn't go into battle, but he would transport the planes to England, and then the English and American pilots there would use them to fight the war. But in this case, he's attacked by the sabotage, and he's attacked by enemy planes. Red Randall by R. Sidney Bowen. We already did a Red Randall book. There's about 20 of them. And in this one, it's Midway. He's fighting, flying against Japanese planes at Midway, which was a very important battle, kind of a turning point in the war. After Pearl Harbor, the United States was not in such great shape. And when we went to Midway, it was a kind of dicey situation whether we would win or lose. And then there's these 2 books. It's the great Marvel series, which is a series of books. These are Whitman reprints from 1940s. Lost on the Moon. These are by Roy Rockwood. And Through Space to Mars. So these are 1940s Whitman reprints. And they have great cover art. Cover art's just beautiful. But these were written in 1910. So these were written before. And they're kind of aviation, kind of science fiction, obviously, because they're going to the moon and Mars. But what it is they're flying planes that are advanced, and so advanced that they're able to use them as a kind of a spaceship or a shuttle that they can go to the moon and go to another planet, Mars. So these are the stories. But these were written in 1910 and 11, and they're more like a Jules Verne kind of adventure. 20 years or so before even the term science fiction had been invented. So these books are kind of classics. They're books written for teenagers. They're adventure, action, science, and all kinds of aviation and new technology. In some of the books, they use new technology like a radar and the telephone. I mean, things that, it's amazing. But the new technology still has the same impact. So I just hope you enjoy this look at aviation books for teenagers in the that were written in the 20s, 30s, and 40s mostly, and have great cover art. And I hope you pass it on. If you like it, let other people know that about this video. And thank you very much for looking.